Going Bovine by Libba Bray. Chapter 2. Wherein the cruelties of high school are recounted, and the stoner dudes of the fourth floor bathroom offer me subpar weed in a physics lesson. Who the heck is Don Quixote? That's what Chet King wants to know. It's early February, 6 weeks into the new semester, and we're in English class, for which most of us is an excruciating exercise in staying awake through the great classics of literature. These works, groundbreaking, incendiary, timeless, have been pureed by the curriculum monsters into a digestible pabulum of themes and factoids we can spew back on a test. Scoring well on tests is the sort of happy thing that gets the school district the greenbacks they crave. Understanding and appreciating the material are secondary. For the record, our friend Chet King has read exactly 3 books in his life, but I'm not sure that sitting through the happy, bunny, easy reader twice should count. The other book was no doubt about football. That's Don Quixote, Mr. Glass says, pronouncing the X as an H, the proper way. Don Quixote, Chet repeats, exaggerating Glass's somewhat effeminate enunciation. Messed that one up, didn't I? The other jocks snort in laughter like backup singers on steroids. They've got their jerseys on. Chet does too, though he won't be playing today or any other day, ever since a bad slam on the practice field cracked 2 vertebrae in his neck. Our former all-state quarterback has been permanently sidelined. Another guy might have gone out drinking over the loss of a big-time sports career. Not our guy, Chet. He went to the other extreme, claiming that the accident must have been God's will, a way to steer him toward a new direction in life. He gives this little motivational speech, God took away my football scholarships, but I'm still happy, 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 at Kiwanis club dinners, pep rallies, churches, youth groups, any place that will clap and cheer for him. I guess when your drug of choice has been applause and adoration from the stands, it's kind of hard to give that up. Anyway, it gets him late, I hear. Doing the horizontal mambo with sympathetic cheerleaders is apparently A-OK in God's book, and it doesn't upset your spine like football. Of course, now he's dating my sister Jenna, so I'll just be flipping on the denial meter for that one. Mr. Glass is undisturbed. Okay, settle down. I haven't dismissed you yet. You dismissed us on day 1, I think. It's the kind of sardonic comment that would be good to share with a mate, a pal, a sidekick, a co-conspirator, if I had one. Hola, ¿quién puede decirme algo sobre Miguel Cervantes? It's Mrs. Rector, Calhoun High School's Spanish teacher, to the rescue. This year, the administration has decided to have co-teachers on certain segments. The idea being that we need to cross-pollinate our educational experience with tidbits from history and literature, social studies and foreign language skills, chemistry and home ec, which might prove valuable if we get the urge to make a highly volatile banana cream pie. Mrs. Rector translates some of the text from Spanish, adding the proper R-rolls and flourishes. She's got a reputation as the town lush. Cuanto costa una grande margarita, por favor? The fluorescent lighting is zapping out its periodic Morse code of odd sounds. We are hungry. Send us more of your bug kind. All in all, I'm ready to ride out the class under the radar. Just another 10 minutes till I can blow through Calhoun's front doors, past the school buses lining the drive for the away game, past the phalanx of cars and trucks ready to follow them anywhere Texas sporting loyalty demands, and hot-foot it down to UB's Hot Wax, half-price CDs and old vinyl. Is Don Quixote mad? Or is it the world that embraces these ideals of the knight-errant that is actually mad? That's the rhetorical question that Cervantes seems to be posing to us. But for our purposes, there is a right answer, and you need to know that answer when you take the SPEW test, Mr. Glass says, pointing to the board where state-prescribed educational worthiness test is underlined twice. Mr. Glass's monotone is lulling me into a slumber. Botched that one, too. Zap. Buzz. Goes the overhead lighting. I've put my head on my desk where I can hear the minute hand ticking hard in my ear. My eyelids are heavy, almost asleep. The room is on fire. A row of flames shoots up into my field of vision. I leap out of my chair, knocking it over. It hits the ground with a loud thwack. "Mr. Smith, are you okay?" Mrs. Rector asks. When I look up to the front of the room, everything's fine. No fire. Nothing but every pair of eyes trained on me, which is a strange sensation. Usually I'm famous for being looked through or over or some other preposition besides that. Mr. Glass crosses his arms. "Yes, Mr. Smith? No, sorry. It was Mrs. Rector's pursed lips seemed to be holding back the words, "Usted está un pendejo." The silence is filled by the ego-pulverizing laugh from the gaggle of gum-popping girls on the right. Somebody sing-songs, "Freak." It was a cockroach on my desk, I blurt out. A big one, like SUV big. A few of the girls scream and pull their legs up. Our resident class clown makes slurping noises, which grosses out the Korean exchange student next to him. "Nice going, Smith," one of Chet's doughy football buddies says, laughing. Steve or Newt or Rock, one of those muy macho-sounding names. A name that says, "I can waste you on the AstroTurf." Not like Cameron, which sounds like the person who gets wasted on the AstroTurf. Mrs. Rector claps for attention. "Mi amigos, silencio, por favor." "Settle down, please. Senor Smith, I will give you un pase de paseo so that you can find el conserje to come spray." "The rest of you," Mr. Glass pleads, "please turn in your SPEW test prep books to Chapter 5, Why Thinking Can Cost You on Test Day." I take the get-out-of-jail-free pass and head right to the men's bathroom on the 4th floor. The conspiracy theory in gaming society. Stoner Kevin, Stoner Kyle, and part-time Stoner Rachel is in residence. Technically, the girls aren't allowed in men's bathrooms, but since only the losers, present company included, use this one, it's a non-issue. Besides, Rachel's 5'10" with 6 tattoos and 7 piercings. Nobody gives a shit. I guess we're sort of friends. If getting high in high school bathrooms and occasionally sharing a table in the calf counts as friendship. We exchange haze with limited eye contact, my preferred greeting. They offer me some of the weed they're using, their bathroom huddle stance to try and disguise, as if the smell isn't a dead giveaway. "Thanks, man," I say, getting in 2 large hits to take the edge off. I toss off the bizarre flame vision I just experienced as an acid flashback, except that I've never done acid, finding it hard to go willingly to a place that could be frightening, hellish, and totally beyond my control. A place much like high school. Stoner Kevin starts in like a TV program, suddenly coming off pause. "I'm just saying, the cat is either dead or alive. It can't be both." Rachel snorts out the hit in her mouth. "You're wrong, dude. The cat's both alive and dead until you open up the box and take a peek at it. Until then, all possibilities exist. You create the result." "Look, my friend." Kevin sticks his head under the faucet, takes a drink from the tap, and wipes his mouth on the sleeve of his Frank Zappa tee. "I don't make up the rules of quantum mechanics, I just play by them." Rachel passes me the joint, looks at me. "You should know about Schrodinger's cat, right?" I shrug. "Aw, dude," all 3 of them say in unison. Kyle's eyes are bloodshot slits in his grinning face. "This'll blow your mind. Okay, so this science guy, Schrodinger, did this trippy thought experiment in quantum mechanics where he was all, hey, what if you've got a cat in a sealed box along with, like, a radioactive substance? Not that you should put your cat in a box with poison, that's why it's a thought experiment," Rachel points out. "And the atom either decays and kills the cat or it doesn't. Until you open up that box and observe, everything's a probability." "Wrong," says Kevin. "You're hung up on the observer effect. You don't control the outcome. You don't create the reality. Face it. The cat's either alive or it's dead." Rachel blows her nose on a paper towel. "If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound?" "I thought it was if a bear shits in the woods," Kyle says. You can't hear a bear shitting in the woods, Kevin insists. How do you know? Maybe they're loud. Have you ever heard a bear shit? Dude, you're missing the point. Rachel tosses the wadded paper towel. It misses the trash can and rolls under the sink. The point is probability and reality. And that's where parallel universes come in. Reality splits into two possible outcomes. One where the cat lives, another where the cat dies. From every choice you make, another world is created where a different reality happens. So you're saying if the kitty dies in our reality, boom, there's another reality born where Whiskers is alive and well and chasing mice in the garage? Kyle tucks his long, stringy blonde hair behind his ears. Totally. There's a flush from one of the stalls. Weird, because I didn't hear anybody come in, and I didn't see another pair of feet under the doors. The door bangs open, and a really small dude with a huge fro comes barreling out, pushing up his sleeves. It takes me a minute to realize he's a dwarf. He pumps the soap dispenser several times. There's no soap? Are you kidding me? That's a health code violation. Totally unsanitary. Stoner Kyle waves his hand in front of his nose. What's unsanitary is what you just did in that stall, gonzo. The gonzo guy toddles over to the ancient window and cracks it. You guys mind not smoking that shit around me? I've told you I'm asthmatic. Rachel shrugs. Dude, designated smoker's lounge. Find another bathroom. Little dude catches me staring at him, and I can feel my face reddening. I hope I haven't pissed him off. It's just that I've never seen a dwarf before. Kevin makes introductions. Gonzo. Cameron? Cameron, the Gonz man. Gonzo walks straight up to me, folds his arms over his chest, and sizes me up like knives are going to be drawn. Positions taken, and the orchestra is tuning up for the big fight at the gym musical dance number. You a gamer? Sometimes. Huh. He says, still checking me out. In the mirror, Kevin puts drops in his eyes. Gonzo's gonna try to beat the Captain Carnage high score at the arcade today. Oh? I manage? Cool. Yo, what's that? Gonzo nods toward the floor at a slab of balsa wood covered in what looks like weird sand art formations. It's ugly as hell, whatever it is. This is the social sciences project that's going to keep me from doing summer school. Kyle holds it up for examination. Gonzo cocks his head to one side. What the fuck is that? Kyle snorts. Hello? It's Stonehenge. Looks more like Shithenge to me, Gonzo says, turning away. Rachel and Kevin burst out laughing. Oh my god, that's it. Dude, it's totally Shithenge, Rachel says. Shut up, you guys, Kyle mumbles. Hey, Gonzo says, slapping his hand against the door just as I am trying to slip out. You should game with us today. It's going to be insane. Gonzo rules at Captain Carnage, Kevin shouts between giggles. It's because I always grab the ticket that protects health. You grab that ticket and you're golden for a few levels. Sorry, man, can't go, I lie. I've got this thing, the thing I gotta do after school, you know. He knows I'm full of shit, but he nods. I nod, and there we are. Shithenge, Kevin snickers. Dude, you are so screwed. I said shut up, man. Gonzo takes his hand away. Sure, no problem. Catch you next time. He goes to give me a fist bump, a token of bathroom stoner etiquette. I give a sort of wave that looks more like I'm holding up a stop sign. Our hands slide off one another in an awkward fist bump wave collision, and then I'm out the door.